You guys, this piece was a beast. You cannot even imagine the lengths that I went to do this. When I got asked about doing this piece, they said this lady had a large piece of turquoise and it was a special piece to her. She didn't want it cut down. She didn't want anything changed about it. And truly, this is a polished slab. More than a stone or a cabochon. This was giant, and it had some edges that were kind of leaning in and more raw and natural. So I really wanted to go with what that looked like. So here I'm taking my bezel wire and really working it into all those little grooves and those little concave areas so that it's held in really well. Same thing here. It has a really big divot, and so I'm using this little tool to kind of get in there where those divots are so that it holds this piece tight. I wanted to make sure that this was so secure because this is a heavy, heavy, heavy piece of turquoise. This was an interesting request, and I knew it was going to be a beast of a one to do, but I'm always up for a fun challenge. So I'm using a heavy, like a 22 gauge 1/4 inch bezel wire here to come in and make sure that it's going to cover all the edges, that there's nothing left to chance on this one. So here you can see beast. So this is where I kind of go out. People ask me this all the time, how I get certain textures on the back, and that was me taking the sheet out onto the concrete and literally beating it with a hammer to pull in that concrete texture. And now I'm here soldering, and my gosh, this was a monster. The back plate was so big that it was just sucking all the heat in, and so I had to work really hard to get it to actually the solder to flow. And now I'm coming in with my handy dandy quick concept saw and sawing all around. I left a little bit of a lip around the edge because it was all textured front and back of this piece. I really wanted it to be earthy. And now I'm using some sandpaper blocks that I make with painter's stir sticks here with different grits of sandpaper to come in and really smooth out my saw marks and get that really nice. And now I'm also coming in here with my bristle discs to get in there and get that really nice. Clean up any extra solder, clean up the seam, make sure that the piece is really put together. Look at that texture though. I've got to say, I love that one. It's a fun one to use. And now I've got the stone in there, and I'm coming in and trying to now get it tight around the stone so that I can push it all the way in and around the piece of turquoise. At the top, I really ground the turquoise, or I ground the bezel down so you could see where the turquoise dips at the top. So does the bezel, so that I'm able to really make it look good. I wanted to go with the natural look of what this was. Handy toothbrush, always my handy toothbrush. Again, if you guys are here, you're new here, give me a like, give me a follow. I appreciate it so much. I'm really working hard to have some fun content here that helps other silversmiths or that's just interesting. And here I'm with my Fordham and going in and cleaning up more of that space, cleaning the heavy bezel where I've pushed it down over the edges to make sure everything is smooth and nice, and getting it cleaned up. These are fun pieces for me. I always like seeing a challenge and working it all the way through, even if it's going to be hard. And here I'm burnishing the edges of where I've pushed the bezel wire over the piece. This really gives it a finished look. It makes your stone pop out because the top of the bezel gets so bright when you're doing this, and it makes it so that it just has that finished look. It's important. All the little details matter so much. So I go in with several different types of burnishers. I use this one. I use a agate burnisher and stuff like that. And here is the piece. It turned out so incredible. I love it so much. I hope that she loves this and wears it proudly. Man, that thing's gonna be heavy, so hope that she's got a strong neck. But anyway, thanks for being here so much.